Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7.
Welcome to another episode of Truth Talk Nation. JUDAHAWOKEACE.
T. Mizzle the Great.
Mark from 7 Mile, what's going down?
Same old shit, living toilet, you know what it is, man. Grinding, keeping it moving.
Yeah, we here on a Sunday getting it in today. You know what I'm saying? What's going down, T. Mizzle?
Yep. Hey, back for another week, y'all. Another big show. A lot of shit been going down, so hey.
Oh man.
Y'all tuned in for another great show, y'all.
Man. So, shit, man, this is on Sunday, man. Lions off this week, so we really ain't got shit to, you know what I'm saying? Michigan won yesterday. Michigan State popped some boys. Michigan, you know what I'm saying? So,
Michigan State
it was a big day yesterday for Michigan, man. They popped some big boys yesterday.
Go blue, man. Let's get in that Big Four, man. Let's get into that BCS championship.
Yeah, Ohio State, man. You already know they coming up. They the nemesis, man.
I
so
know,
shit,
man.
You know.
Once we get past them, then we can think about going to the BCS. But hey, Ohio State, y'all in trouble this year, man. We coming for y'all heads. Go blue.
You already know it, man. So shit, man. I was looking at the damn Kanye West shit, man, with the damn with Trump and shit, man. What y'all think about that shit, man? Did he set himself up as the top coon, man, or top buck dancer? What you think?
Man, it's I don't know what to think about Kanye right now. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna I guess what I hope that he's doing is that he's trying to infiltrate the opponent's ranks.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like he's trying to infiltrate the ranks, and I said this back when he first made contact with Trump, when he met with him. What was it, at Trump Towers or something?
Yeah, he came through it with Trump Towers.
And I said that, you know, I think he's about to try to get close to Trump, you know, in order to attempt to penetrate. He's using himself as a sacrifice. That's the reason why some of the things that he's doing is not understood by people. You know, our people, you know what I mean? People who have a certain mindset. It's not understood because he's sacrificing himself, attempting to go in on what I think is a kamikaze mission.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
I used to say that, but after I watched watched the shit the other day, man, I'm looking like...
Because you're more so, I think, maybe focused on the fact that he's...
I know
he's aligning himself with him.
You should meet with the president, no matter... I mean... A lot of niggas has met with a bunch of presidents back in the day, but the way he met with him, and
he like kissed his ass. Like
you want to roll the footage, man, and let the people say, at least give him 3 minutes, man, what this nigga was talking about.
Oh my God.
Jim Brown, greatest of all time. And what people don't know, Kanye, everybody knows, right? Does the world know Kanye? What people don't know about Jim? They say, first of all, he's the best football player, but they say he was an even better lacrosse player. Do you think so?
No thought about it.
Huh?
No thought about it.
I've heard he was even at Syracuse.
I love it. Love all sports.
Well, it's great to have you, Jim. Great to have you. Kanye, it's great to be with you. And these are two friends of mine, and Kanye's been a friend of mine for a long time. And Jim came out of nowhere, and he said, I like what the president's doing. A long time ago, we met, right? And I just appreciate it very much. And, you know, if you look at the employment numbers, if you look at the median income, if you look at every single indicator, we're keeping our promise, Jim. Thank you. And I want to thank you. I like North Korea, too. Yeah. Well, he's turned out to be good. Dialogue. We had a little dialogue. And the Secretary of State just came back. Mike just came back from North Korea. We had very good meetings, and we'll meet again, but we're doing good. No more nuclear testing, no more missiles going up, no more nothing. And that was headed to war.
Yeah, I mean, to me and Seaman that close.
Yep, it was so close. I spoke to President Obama. I will tell you that was headed to war. And now it's going to be, I believe it's going to work out very well.
And stop the war.
We really stopped it. We saved millions of lives. You know, Seoul has 30 million people. You don't realize how big. 30 million people right near the border, 30 miles off the border. Millions of people would have been killed. And I will say, Chairman Kim has been really good, and we made a lot of progress. That's nice that you say that, because that's a big thing. These folks were covering North Korea, I think not very promisingly. There were a lot of problems. President Obama said that was his biggest problem. And I don't see anything solved.
One solved one of his biggest problems.
Yeah,
We solved one of the biggest problems.
Yeah, it was a big solving, and not solved yet, but I think we're on the way.
We know he did with some.
Yeah, we're well on our way.
You know what I mean, too.
In a short period of time, Jim. Very short period of time. You know, I left Singapore 3 months ago, and we've made a lot of progress, so it's very good. Hey, look, that's one of many things. But I appreciate everything with you. I tell you what, Kim was in. Mrs. Johnson, we got her out. She was very unfairly treated. And there are many other people like that.
We have Larry Hoover's lawyer with us today, and it's a prisoner that we're focused on. He has 6 life sentences, and they have him next to the Unabomber doing 23 and 1.
What did he do, Larry? What happened? What did he do?
Why is he in?
Yes, tell me. Tell us the story.
Allegedly, it's for conspiracy from prison, from state prison. You know, it's alleged. But we do believe, even if he did commit those crimes, the sentence was overly broad and too
What was the sentence?
6 consecutive life sentences in the most secure prison in the world, also known as clean version of hell, for basically an economic crime.
What prison is that? Name of the prison?
ADX Supermax in Florence, Colorado. They house Unabomber, Al-Qaeda operatives, mass killers, Oklahoma City bomber, things of that nature.
How old is he? How old?
68.
He's 68 years old?
Yeah, 68 years old.
And really the reason why they imprisoned him is because he started doing positive for the community. He started showing that he actually had power, that he wasn't just one of a monolithic voice, but he could wrap people around. So there's theories that there's infinite amounts of universe and there's alternate universe. So it's very important for me to get Hoover out, because in an alternate universe, I am him. And I have to go and get him free, because he was doing positive inside of Chicago, just like how I'm moving back to Chicago. And it's not just about, you know, getting on stage and being an entertainer and having a monolithic voice that's forced to be a specific party. You know, people expect that if you're black, you have to be Democrat. I've had conversations that basically said that welfare is the reason why a lot of black people end up being Democrat. They say, you know, first of all, it's a limit to amount of jobs. So the fathers lose the jobs, and they say, we'll give you more money for having more kids in your home. And then we got rid of the mental health institutes in the 80s and the 90s, and the prison rates just shot up. And now
yeah, man. As you see, man, it's a long clip. It's 19 minutes, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
about 20-minute clip.
Yeah, go on YouTube, but this motherfucker, man,
the shit he was saying, you know, check
the
it out for
alternate
yourself.
universe, and him in the alternate universe and shit. What's that about?
Futuristic shit, huh?
You know what I'm saying? And
he just
free
ran.
Larry Hoover. He went as far free Larry Hoover, the whole 9. But you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, the way he went up to the president and did all that nonsense talking, which some was, you know what I'm saying, he was speaking was, you know what I'm saying, on point.
I think the demands that he were making on behalf of, I guess I want to say black people, as if he was speaking for us right then. I can't, it's hard to speak on Kanye right now.
He infiltrating the system.
I feel like that's what he might, what he might be doing. I
He
feel like that's what he might be attempting to do. I think that's what he attempted.
And one way, son, one of his influence, he gonna influence Trump in some way. That, you know what I'm saying, he gonna listen to him, because
they don't look like he
influenced
Kanye,
that
nigga in. I mean, I know he just
on Sunday gonna get to him. So he
it looked like that nigga. This is to the world. This nigga set us back, man, a good 40 years. As black people, man, to come on there talking shit,
Trump
man.
opened the door to him, man. Like,
What
hey,
the
let it
fuck?
man for some reason. Trump, hey, Kanye up to something.
Some
man.
of this
Trust
shit
me.
was decent, man, but this man got to talking about planes, and he should get rid of the Air Force One and fly
You need
an
to be
electric
flying in
plane or
this.
some
Yeah,
shit.
this what you need to be flying in.
Levi, you should be making.
And then
this-
one other thing that I had a problem with that he said, you know, like around that same time when he talking about, you know, the president needs to be, you know, the flyest, and we need to have
The flyest.
the best companies, and we need to, you know, we don't look good if he don't look good, insinuating that we need to make him look good, which suggests that we are the ones making him look bad, which is false. He's making himself look bad, you know what I mean? So now we would look like some fools ushering behind a guy who's making himself look bad, as if us making him look good is going to make everything better.
Shit's fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the problems that I had. Like, that was some Sambo ass shit there, you know what I mean? To say, okay, this guy is great, I love him. You know what I mean? People say he's a racist.
Make him feel like Superman.
I feel like all of that, you know what I mean? What he said and what he did, I just don't want to believe him to be that stupid, I guess, and to say that the only other card that he could be playing is attempting to, you know, play that card.
I mean, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
You're getting in close.
What about this look on it, man? You got to see, okay, Trump is an entertainer, right?
Right.
So the only motherfuckers really been getting through Trump is entertainers.
Listen, did you
know
hear
what I'm
he said?
saying?
Did you hear what Trump said in the beginning? He said, "Now, I was scheduled or something along these lines. Don't quote me exactly. He said I was, you know, he was scheduled to speak with a lot of other people, people who were political people, some of y'all who were in this room, something like that. You know more. But this is the interview that everybody wanted to see. Did you see that part? He said that?
Of course, they wanted to see, because they know everybody is saying Kanye West is crazy, so they want to see what the fuck he was going to Trump and see. I thought it. I'm like, how in the fuck did he go up there and have some type of summit? He just brought all the cameras out to the round table, like, well, shit.
Right to the Oval Office. And Trump is with it because he knows
it's entertainment.
The fool that Kanye is known to make of himself on camera. I believe he's playing on the publicity of it all, and you know what I mean, and knowing that this is going to be something that keeps him relevant. They both play this card. They both have something in common where it is not anything about, you know, I guess the specific profession or what their title is or what they're supposed to do. They do a lot of things outside of what their title is to make themselves relevant. Kanye does a lot of things outside of making music. You see what I'm saying? To keep his name relevant. A lot of bullshit.
Bullshit, right.
Trump does a lot of things outside of be the president.
That's why they love each other.
Get on Twitter
man.
and talk. You know what I mean? Their antics
similar.
They are made they are both remaining relevant because of their antics, not because of the quality of the product that they are producing. And that's what they have in common. So he would love to take advantage of.
Didn't he drop a new album too, Kanye? Drop another album? It's recent. Yeah, you know.
I mean, he dropped one right after the whole first TMZ bullshit, where it's like, so. You know,
and he just dropped
he's
another
keeping
one.
His name. He's keeping his name. Oh, he just dropped another one.
He just dropped another album.
Then you know you got Drake just came. You know LeBron got his little talk show now. He got a conscious talk show where he coming on there sipping wine and shit, and then he got Drake to open up about how Kanye West invited them all up to Wyoming, and he opened up there and told them about the sun, showed them pictures, and he said he went back home. And there's a diss track out.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Pusha T track.
Yeah, and he said not only that, you know what I'm saying, everything that he told him up in Wyoming, because he said his boy 40 told him, like, man, I'm up here in Wyoming with him, because 40 went first, and he said some shit ain't right with this nigga. I think he making an album or something. He told him the nigga to come up there and just think about some shit and collaborate together and let's do some music. This nigga had some shit on his mind already. So what was all that shit about? Is he, you know what I'm saying? He done sold his boy out for some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga Drake, like, man,
leaked information. Man.
I didn't even have half the album done. You know what I'm saying? It was because of that situation, man, what made me make this music like nonstop and all that, Kiki and all that. That gave me the inspiration how the nigga sold him out, invited him, like, you know, you my boy, y'all get to, you know, you motherfuckers smoking some blunts and shit and get the chick in it. You open up like, yeah, man, I got this chick pregnant, man, and it's my man. You know what I'm saying? You thinking it's your boy because you looking up to this nigga.
He listening to everything.
And then you get back home, man.
Spit all your information out.
Everything is out on another nigga's album that he produced.
Nigga, you don't even.
It's on his label.
The nigga that you don't even like. Yeah, you know you don't like. I'm gonna tell him everything about you.
That's some bullshit. So that goes and leads it all into Trump. You know what I'm saying? All this shit happened all on the weekend because LeBron, you know what I'm saying? He got his little show now. He coming with a conscious show. I'm like, damn, LeBron knows some shit. Sitting back sipping wine, getting niggas to open up. So that's Truth Talk, man. Truth Talk Nation, man. So shit,
just
man.
Want to listen to everybody, huh?
Yeah, he just sit back. He opened up to him about some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know,
confess.
He in Cali now. You know, LeBron in Cali now, so shit, he got access to the studio.
Man, speaking of babies, man. You know, missing babies popping up.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying?
We've had a real interesting
We had a long discussions about that shit previous, man, with Sear, just us in general.
Oh, yeah.
Just look at the last stories in the last few years that's been popping up on the net, man, where motherfuckers saying they all these women missing in D.C., all these women missing, all these kids is missing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now, you
shit
know what I'm saying?
out
you
now,
get a couple stories in Detroit and Michigan alone where you finding babies in the attic and shit. Motherfuckers calling in mad. Yeah, motherfuckers got babies in the attic.
Shit crazy, man. That shit is
Nobody
crazy,
knew
man.
shit. Who in the fuck is that called in?
Hiding in the
and
cellar.
what the fuck she had? A lady called in and told, man, there's some shit.
How long has this shit been going on, man?
And they already, you said, got what? Caught back in the day, or when was it? They got sanctioned back a couple weeks ago.
No, it was in April.
In April,
when they got raided for having, basically improper storage.
This is a funeral home, people.
Funeral home, can't
improper storage.
So what was they eating the bodies?
They were eating the bodies, bro. They weren't eating the bodies. They were storing them. They had bodies dated back. Now this is just this past April, where they had bodies that had been stored there in the freezer since 2009.
So what you supposed to do with them bodies or something?
So these are bodies that were left at the funeral home because the families did not have the finances to bury them. So the funeral home called themselves looking out,
just
storing the bodies. So that was part of the whole big thing where, he
you got some outdated bodies in there.
He was doing a good deed for some of the families where it turned around and, came down on him. So now. This new situation is where this is the X factor about this situation that was on my mind was how long had the bodies been there? Were they there since this April situation? But now you told me that they were fresh bodies.
Some of them was fresh. Some of them was, you know what I'm saying, however, rotting out. But
decomposing.
What was so, you know what I'm saying, fucked up to the officer was fairly new. What I'm hearing, fairly fresh bodies, a few of them. You know what I'm saying? Not all 11, but we can roll the story and let them get some details on this shit. Think we lying? This Truth Talk Nation, man.
Truth Talk, man.
News alert.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Right now, a horrific discovery.
Bodies of 11 infants found in the ceiling of a Detroit funeral home that has a history of deplorable conditions.
7 Action News reporter Allie Hoxie is live there. Allie, what can you tell us tonight?
Well, police just wrapped up their investigation inside this funeral home. The now current owner of the funeral home actually just let me inside. And you can tell there's this little closet tucked away in the corner with a ladder that drops down from the ceiling. And that's where 2 caskets were found with bodies inside those caskets. Police say that Laura was contacted through a tip that they received by a letter at 2:30 about infant bodies being found inside the funeral home. Police say Laura met with the current owners who let them in, and they discovered those bodies. Police were called and found the bodies inside those caskets in the false ceiling between the first and second floor. The Cantrell Funeral Home was shut down in April after Laura investigators found bodies were not being properly stored, with at least 2 bodies that appeared to be covered in mold. Right now, police are working to ID the babies that were found.
That is going to be conducted by the Wayne County Medical Examiner. We do have names of some of the remains, and we are going to do follow-up with the Wayne County Medical Examiner to identify or locate and talk to the family members.
Laura did send us a statement saying they investigated the new complaint, found the bodies, and called the police. They say the licenses of both the home and the manager of the funeral home and the manager was suspended in April, and that suspension remains in effect, stating in part, "We use this evidence gathered today to add to our open investigation and will continue to work with local law enforcement on this case." Police did tell us that this funeral home is being turned into a community center.
Allie, I saw you do that press release, press conference, should I say, with that police officer out there. He said some of the bodies had ID on them. Any idea of how many they know the identification on?
Right now, no, there's no word yet on how many they know, how many they don't know. But even if they have that identification, they're still taking those bodies over to the medical examiner's office to make sure that ID is a positive ID and to notify those families.
All right, Allie, I'm sure there are a lot of parents out there, if their children were buried there, they're wondering about those identifications, and I'm sure calling now very, very worried. Thank you so much, Allie, for that live report.
Other violations uncovered in April include an unsanitary embalming room with peeling paint, dirty floors, and stained protective gear. There were also issues with the failure to deposit more than $21,000 tied to prepaid funeral contracts. The licensing agency says the bottom line was fraud, deceit, and gross negligence in the practice of mortuary science.
We are following every new development in this horrific story very, very closely. We'll certainly bring you new information just as soon as we get it into our newsroom.
Man. We
bodies in the ceiling, man, a false ceiling.
Man,
that shit crazy, man.
People don't believe this shit, man, goes on in Detroit. I used to tell motherfuckers the story. When I used to be out of town telling them, man, shit go on. You got bodies just floating. We just had that one on the episode where the body was floating up the river.
In the river, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got, they find motherfuckers in factories and shit. And
garbage cans.
And babies in the attic of a funeral home, freshly fresh. And what the fuck was they doing with the babies up there? That's what I want. I would like to ask the people. Like,
where's the parents? Where's the families of the 11 babies? I mean,
nobody know who they is.
Yeah,
man.
what's up with that?
Some weird shit going on, man. I like to say what's up to Donna. You know what I'm saying? You got Yolanda too, man.
You got Daryl out there watching. You know, Tony Rome. Shout out to y'all. Keep tuning in. You know,
Larry, we got you know what I'm saying. What's going down? Everybody that's tuning in, but man, I can't believe that shit, man. T.
That shit is terrible, man. Being a father, you know, 11 babies, man. That shit is heartbreaking to hear, you know.
And then they got the owner, he all out of town, like, well, you know what I'm saying, with shit, man, what I love.
So what's up with the, you say somebody had a hidden tip, they sent in a letter,
somebody wrote a letter. Sent it in.
They said it's a lady.
Tip.
Was that a former employee or anybody know about that?
It sound like somebody didn't get their cut.
Be investigated
that's what I'm saying. How
I hate
she
to
know
say
all
it like
this?
that, but how the hell did you know?
And then to send a tip in.
That sound like somebody didn't get their cut to me.
She got to be involved some
I'm
type
telling
of way, right?
You ain't give me my cut. My man out of town.
Yeah, I need to identify her and check her out.
You know what I'm saying? If this was some niggas in the hood, it would have been houses raided by now.
Been blew all up.
It would have been houses raided by now. It would have had vans all around the hood.
Anonymous
niggas
tip.
got locked up. They ain't had shit to do with it, man. Where these 11 babies come from?
Yep, anonymous tip, man.
When it's owners like the Cantrell Funeral Home, they can be out of town. They got to call him up to get in contact with him.
Trace the number, whatever you got to do. Find that lady or whoever, man or lady, whoever sent that tip in. She knows some information that we need to find out about, man. That's terrible, man.
That's some bullshit, man. You like I said, Truth Talk Nation, man.
They're selling bodies or what? What's going on, man?
11 bodies in the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? They, like you said, they already had a previous violation, unsanitary, storing bodies from 09. You know what I'm saying? this motherfucker, man, it sounds like to me the owner needs to be heavily investigated. What is he doing? Rituals with these bodies or something? He got 11 babies he don't know about just in the attic.
Babies, we talking about
in a false ceiling. They weren't in the attic. They were in a false ceiling between the first and second floor.
It remind me of some goddamn shit, man, from some movies and shit.
Hey,
man.
you see what? Hey, it's around this time. It's Halloween. It's.
You right.
You're right.
You're right.
Hey,
Halloween time, man. What the fuck
Halloween
was they
time,
doing?
man.
Rituals with the bodies and shit, and they had to store them for somebody that's rich.
It sounds like a movie, man.
You got all kind of speculations going out there with the shit. So you know what I'm saying, man. Like, and you know what I'm saying, like this Michigan thing, man. It's becoming, the stories is getting out there. I always heard about, like when the missing kids, when certain events come here, like the boat races. You got the auto show that's heavily talked about with human trafficking and prostituting. That shit got blew open when a year or two ago.
Yeah,
with the prostituting and how they bringing in women from Russia. They selling women right around this time. So now you're getting all these 11 bodies being stored, and then you got this new shit where it's 140 kids has been missing, half of them from Wayne County. Damn. And then they got them. I don't think I got the clip to where they found 100 and something kids, and 100 was in Wayne County. 30 of them was in Michigan or something in total, through a sex trafficking ring.
Oh shit. Damn.
Through a sex trafficking ring. You know what I'm saying? I always say, like, when we was talking to Sear with the tunnels and shit all up, the old bootlegging tunnels and the old slave tunnels, the Underground Railroad and all that. Michigan is heavily has tunnels up underground that's been used for bootlegging and all that shit back in the day. How you know they ain't smuggling kids up under there, man?
Hey,
they already caught an ecstasy ring on DEA. I think it was that one episode about 5 years ago, DEA, where they got the ecstasy ring, caught that shit from up under. They had the tunnels and all that shit.
Canada,
and they was bringing in the ecstasy, and my man was like, well, shit, you know what I'm saying? Who knows how many more tunnels? It's like, we don't have the maps and shit to see which houses got tunnels and all that shit.
Yeah, you got some shit.
Some of these houses been passed down through generations of motherfuckers running shit up under there. It sounds crazy, but this shit,
a lot of shit go on here, man.
This shit is real,
crazy,
man.
A lot of shit go on, man.
It's real, man. I was talking to somebody the other day, man, about how hard it is being a vessel of information in the day where, you know, society is so watered and dumbed down that, I mean, don't believe shit, man.
They used to look at you crazy when you say that, man.
I mean, yeah, they still look at you crazy for it. They still look at you crazy for it.
Babies missing.
Because how do you know? Who are you? You know,
where you get your information?
Where you get your information?
Well, shit, roll the clip, man. Roll the new clip to that shit, and here goes some more truth talk information for y'all.
The number is more than 1,400 children are missing in Michigan tonight. About half are from Wayne County. Well, now there's a new sweep to find them and to determine if they are also victims of human trafficking. 7 Action News reporter Simon Chowdhury is in Wayne County with the story you'll see only here on 7.
When law enforcement officials deal with cases involving missing children, there's a lot of layers that have to be peeled back, a lot of questions that are being asked. Where have these kids been? Are they victims of other crimes? Well, answering those questions and finding those kids were the goal for today's sweeps. Police officers are combing through neighborhoods and knocking on doors as they look for children who've gone missing, many of them considered high-risk youth.
Not only to recover children that have been reported missing, but the underlying tone in this was to find the hidden victims of sex trafficking.
That's the goal of Operation My Safe Kid. We took a ride along with police. In one case, officers found the 14-year-old staying in a vacant house.
He hadn't eaten a meal in 3 days. Those are the types of kids that we're dealing with in this, and it's really sad.
Once recovered, the next step is to ask a series of questions to find out if they were sex trafficking victims.
Who did they stay with? Did somebody pay for them to stay somewhere? Did they do favors for them? Did they give them drugs?
Officials tell us 1 in 6 runaways get involved in sex trafficking. By finding them, it not only saves their life, but it could lead police to the traffickers. In less than a day, law enforcement officials recovered more than 100 missing kids from Wayne County. Of those, 3 sex trafficking cases have opened.
If we can do this more often, hopefully we won't have this big of a problem.
In Livonia, Simon Chowdhury, 7 Action News.
Troubling numbers. More than 1,400 children are missing in Michigan tonight. About half are from Wayne County. Well, now there's a new sweep to find them and to determine if they are also victims of human trafficking. 7 Action News reporter Simon Chowdhury is in Wayne County with the story you'll see only here on 7.
When law enforcement officials deal with cases involving missing children, there's a lot of layers that have to be peeled back, a lot of questions that are being asked. Where have these kids been? Are they victims of other crimes? Well, answering those questions and finding those kids were the goal.
I'd like to say what's up to Curve Style Boutique for replying and you know what I'm saying, watching the show, TJ Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
Reality check show checking in. What up, TJ?
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, man. That's just some crazy shit, man.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Kids
crazy,
missing.
Runaways
missing. You know what I'm saying? Where they going?
Are they really
Where
runaways?
they missing to?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where they going. And do my man with these stored bodies got something to do with some of these missing kids up in the attic and shit?
Who
kids is them?
Man. You got to tie all that in together, man.
And how many other stash spots we got around here? They call it stash spots.
Yeah, it's a lot of bodies that's unaccounted for, man. It's just out here, man. What's going on?
We got stash spots in the city, man. We don't just got weed and dope spots, man. We got body stash spots now.
Yeah, shit serious, man. So.
And none of these motherfuckers' cribs is getting raided, man. Like I said, man,
they found a 14-year-old in an abandoned house. So you know you gotta check these abandoned houses out because there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of bodies is unaccounted.
This nigga stashing them in businesses. So
Yolanda just made a real good point. You see what she said?
Yeah.
They only searching for them because it's election, and there's a lot of things that go on just around election time.
Around this time.
That's when they really start.
Thanks, Yolanda. That's a good point.
Start caring about certain shit
around election time.
Around election time. But like T. Mizzle
said,
man,
serious.
It's Halloween too, so that comes with a lot of
shit, man.
Rituals and a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Wicked shit going on
in the month of October, man. You know what I'm saying? So
it's been a shit. This month been crazy already, man. You know, so shit.
Man, I remember, Mark, you said, man, you found a 14-year-old walking down the block. At what time was that?
Man, it was probably about damn near 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was a situation that went pretty viral on my page, man, that, you know, I ended up connecting this girl back to her father. In the middle of the damn morning, probably about 8 o'clock that morning, you know, riding around I'm getting her story and just, you know, she telling me, because I didn't know where they had to drop her off. She telling me her mom and, you know, her mother's boyfriend is on some other shit, and she won't tell me where no relatives at. She trying to go to a shelter. I don't know.
You said this was 3 o'clock in the morning.
This is 3 o'clock in the morning,
Detroit.
Man. In Detroit,
a 14-year-old girl.
14-year-old, man. I'm coming home from my Uber trips, and I just so happened.
What, was she on the main road?
She was on 7 Mile in Conant.
Ah, hell no. That's how kids come up missing, like you said.
And what's going on with all these parents, man, to have your kids missing? You don't know where they at. They just walking in 3 in the morning, man. What the fuck going on with that? You
what's
know
going on?
We ain't helping.
She left out the house because her mom is dogging her out, you know, being abusive, verbally, physically abusive to her, and she's got a man staying there, her boyfriend, which is not her dad.
Stepdad.
And well, not even her stepdad. This is her mom's boyfriend, and her mom's boyfriend, you know, dogs her out as well. And her mom, you know, kind of let it go down. You know, and she's like, you know what, I'm out. I'm dipping. You know what I mean? I'm going to the shelter somewhere.
So now, a case like that happen. Who the female look up to now? An older man. Somebody's gonna take advantage of her. Probably feed her, give her some drugs, and then what?
Well, we black people, man, we need to be a little cautious with our families, man, because we ain't helping this sex trafficking issue right now. We actually catering to this shit.
Gotta show love to your kids.
You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? You got mamas motherfucking just don't give a fuck where the kids at, man. Let them out all up and down the street or not watching them, man. You gotta. I'm talking about little 5-year-olds.
You gotta monitor your kids
walking down the street.
Yeah, it starts when they're young. So
and you know, if you think in the mind of a kidnapper, a 5-year-old can't outrun you. So they just literally coming into the city, just at picking, man.
Yeah,
I used to ride down the block in Brightmoor. I used to see kids,
all the
man,
time, just out in the street.
Mama, nobody outside.
Just walking.
And I used to tell my wife, like, this is how kids get snatched up right here, man. Look
just
at
walking,
them.
yep.
They can't outrun a human, a grown-ass man or a woman coming to snatch you up and throw you in the van.
They easy prey, man. Kids are easy prey, man. So, you know, you got to be on your kids, man.
What's
Don't
up,
let them out
Catherine
here just
Ford?
running
What's
around.
up with you? But, man, you know, that's just some weird shit, man. And we've been touching on that, man, for a
This shit
long
been happening
time.
for a long time, man.
There's a lot of stories, man, that just came up, man. And why is always all these stories got to surround the city of Detroit? Babies and shit stashed. You know what I'm saying? People be like, what the fuck? That's scary.
Our reputation ring.
I
in
thought
a
y'all
lot
was
of
cleaning
ways,
up
yeah.
Detroit. Shit, I guess they is. They finding bodies stashed at businesses. They got kids missing from Wayne County. You know what I'm saying? They got tunnels up underground, man. That's just old bootlegging tunnel. They smuggling kids through. This shit is real.
Yeah, there's a lot of untold stories that, you know, Detroit got. So some of this shit we just bringing light to and telling the truth to the talk, you know. True talk, man.
Man,
shit is real out here, y'all. You know, pay attention.
You got to pay attention out here, man. It's real, man. But you know what I'm saying, man. I'm gonna touch on that other shit, man. With since we talking about babies, man. This
is how it starts. This is where it comes from. When the white person feel like they violated or whatever, they call the police. You know,
they call the popos, man, on you. You know what I'm saying? And this issue touched me, man. I let y'all see, man, because this woman called the cop on a 9-year-old saying that he sexually harassed her. You know what I'm saying? And they calling her Cornerstore Caroline or some shit. But this, you know what I'm saying, with all this Cosby shit coming on right now, all this, you know what I'm saying? Now you got you got all these people looking at black men. Now you fucking with our 9-year-olds. Motherfuckers can't sell waters, man, on the block no more to thirsty motherfuckers. You want to call the cops on that?
We're not predators, y'all.
We're not predators, man. You know what I'm saying? You got all these motherfucking stories to where you got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you stereotyping
all
the kids.
black men
Nah,
is sexual harassment. But what about Harvey Weinstein? Where he at? What about the motherfucker that's about to be the Supreme Court? This nigga was raping. Where he? This nigga got voted in.
You mean tell me shit? They messing with the kids now, man? Our young black men.
They not just messing with the kids, man. They messing with. It seems like to me, they got this new movement to a hate movement against black males, and it's particularly straight. If you straight, it's a problem to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. It's like a tool for them to use to where, you know what I'm saying, you can annihilate us because your dick with the sperm in it is actually a weapon. And they know this.
Right.
And so you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The black male is powerful. They know this, you know what I'm saying? We can wipe them out. And so, you know what I'm saying? This Me Too movement, all this male bashing and all this locking Cosby up, and you got all these, you know what I'm saying, Amber Rose and all these people dogging them out. What about Harvey and all these motherfuckers? What about them? So, you know what I'm saying? We want to roll this clip, man, let you see, you know what I'm saying, racism at the height. You can't even walk in the store with your kids, man, without people harassing and calling the cops. Man, roll this shit, man.
No, I want the cops here right now. No, I'll talk to you.
I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah. Oh, man. The cops are right down the block. I can go hide.
What happened?
White lady calls the cops on a black lady. I get it. Yeah, they're videotaping. Mentally ill. Yeah.
Listen, I don't care. Listen, you remember me, right? From school, right?
Yes. That's right. The son grabbed my ass. She said and she decided to yell at me.
So I'm gonna stay right here.
Security
Let
camera.
me go. Don't stay nowhere. Go home.
Let's make it go viral.
Go home. No. Let me go.
No, not her.
No.
Come on. She's calling police on a black woman.
Go home. She needs to go home. Don't do this. This one's stupid.
My phone number is 646-484-8620. Yeah.
Post that, bro. Like. There we go.
There are officers down the block. They want
Cornerstore Caroline. That's what that is. Don't cry, little man. Don't cry, little man. Because she's calling the cop. That's Cornerstore Caroline. We got a new one. Cornerstore Caroline. Look at that. She's calling police.
Nobody want to touch your flat ass.
She calling police.
I was sexually assaulted by a child.
Go home.
They Make her go viral.
She's nasty.
Make her go viral.
You're a pedophile.
Make her go
You're a
viral.
pedophile. You're a pedophile.
Calling police
This is a
because a little
pedophile.
kid bust her
You're a
ass.
pedophile. Go home.
Pedophile.
Let me go home. You're a pedophile. You pedophile. Ah, he said that little boy touched her ass. She's nasty.
No, she just flashed her badge and threatened to arrest me. Are you serious? So I will be going down to people. Are you seriously exactly what she was?
Thank you. Because a little kid brushed up against her and touched her on her butt. She's calling police.
Have you ever seen go to my apartment, 280 East 21st Street, apartment 4J, and I am going home. Goodbye, 911 operator. Now, why don't you upload that to World Star?
Go away. What is your problem? Who are you? I'm calling you out. You would seriously just call the police on a child?
On a police officer.
Go away.
No, white lady, I will not.
Okay, white lady.
Look, why y'all look? Don't even get involved no more. Don't even get involved no more, miss, because that's
That's shameful. You're
Oh,
shameful.
honey,
you don't know
shame.
anything.
You
I'm telling
cannot
you.
shame me. You are a child. You are young enough to be my daughter.
Okay.
You're right. When
And
you're
if you were my mom,
53 years old,
if you were my mother,
you would
I'd
do
get
what?
out of my face, man. Relax, man.
Do
Bad boy,
what?
don't get- bad boy, don't you.
You're not getting in her face, man. I'm sorry. Do what? I'm sorry. She's not One white girl to another. Yeah, make the point.
That's what she
The
wants.
entire audience.
She wants the attention. She wants the attention.
No need to get in her face. You got nothing to do with white or black.
Stop her fucking
Leave her alone.
nose
No,
in
man.
this
No,
bitch.
you're being an asshole.
Go home.
No,
Go
you ain't gotta
home,
tell her.
white
Don't jump in her
lady.
face.
Go home.
Don't jump in her face.
Isn't that what you said? Go home.
Listen,
white
now you
lady.
antagonizing.
You are antagonizing her now. You are antagonizing her now.
On her. She started. Was it the
I don't know. She just walked by and then she just.
Come on, why you jumping in her face? Ain't nobody
My
gonna
son
get out of her
grabbed
way.
your ass. Because
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
a cop.
All right, so
Can I
what
say
about
So if you're a cop, then you're supposed to have more sense than that, lady.
Can I tell you something?
You ain't no cop.
Can I tell you
You always do some
something?
crazy
Can I tell you
shit all the
something?
time, man. You always do some crazy shit, man. You always do some crazy shit.
I'm good. Let's go get pushed. You gotta relax.
She always on some crazy shit, man.
She don't get pushed.
Cornerstore Caroline.
Seriously, you got my address and my phone.
Man, see that?
Come on, bro.
That's disturbing to
For
me,
real,
man.
Was that?
I'm trying to
serious,
figure out
man?
where was the ass at.
What's
for
up
the,
with that,
to be
man?
touching? Look, where was the ass? Show me the ass,
Where?
y'all. Where was that? Where was he
Come
touching?
on, man.
He walked past that. It's like walking past a goddamn a table. How was
that
you gonna
shit-
touch that?
Yeah, that's fun. That shit's funny,
How did she
man.
feel it? It's a
Hey,
How
I'm
did she
thinking it's gonna be something nice, man. That
And it
come
looked
on,
like
man.
she looked like a dude, like Jim Carrey or something, man. I'm like, what the fuck? He just walked
The
in
mask.
The store. Yeah.
In the face looking ass bitch and shit. Talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like the yeah, we seen the
Man.
Catherine Ford. Yeah, we seen the video from inside, and they rolled the shit back. The whole neighborhood. It was like, man, he ain't touched shit. He just walked past, and that's when she should have got her ass whooped. I'm speaking to my
Lying
Detroit
on the
people.
damn kid, man.
Wish
What's
she,
up, Rhonda? What's up, Rhonda?
wish she would have made it on 7 Mile and Woodward, man, doing the calling the cops.
Lying on your son, on your kid. Hell no.
Or 7 Mile at Schaefer, man. Wish she would have made it. See, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes now, man, people, we got to start.
I want to see that happen at the gas station on Chalmers and 7 Mile. See what happens.
I don't even think we would have seen the footage of some ass whooping like that taco stand slap, man. My man was trying to get in front of the line.
Yeah, not on Chalmers.
Ain't none of that shit going on.
It ain't happening for real.
So, you know what I'm saying? What's so disturbing, man? This same type of shit, yo, T, happened to Emmett Till.
No.
So take it back, what, 50
Repeating
50
itself,
something, 56, and I think somebody was touching on it. That lady is still living. That made up that lie. And see, you know what I'm saying? If this was back in the day when you can just randomly, I think it was one movie, what was it, Roseland or something? Rosewood, when the lady got raped by or beat the shit out of by her dude and she ran out. It was a nigger did it.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Yeah,
shut
still-
down the whole city for that shit.
They're still doing shit like that. Lying on
So
you
look
know.
at this shit, people. You got to understand the same shit happened to Emmett Till to where they beat him, and they didn't even want to do an open casket, but the mama said, we got to show the world what white supremacy looked like.
What happened?
And you know what I'm saying? And to this day, that lady is walking around. And that's when I looked at this, I'm looking like this is the same type of shit that goes on right now today, where the lady can just make up some shit. Oh, he touched me. And you got the cops being called.
On a 9-year-old.
On a 9-year-old, people. They ain't just targeting us, black male. They targeting our kids.
Lying, though.
Lying on them. You know what I'm saying? And these people even calling cops on whales and shit. I ain't making this shit up.
Yeah, I seen the video, man. They was on the boat and the damn.
It sounds crazy.
Or something like that.
These motherfuckers is calling cops on the whales, man, for kicking it in the ocean.
Hell nah.
You rolling up in the boat. Oh my God, there's some black whales. So you said some black whales. Call the cops.
They look aggressive.
They're gonna kill us. She said they might try to kill us.
Met you in the middle of they shit.
They're aggressive black whales.
So where do this thinking come from, man? Where they think they can just? We done did a few episodes on this, man, where motherfuckers just calling the cops.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
They calling the cops, man, for anything, nah, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't even walk in the store with your kids. Oh shit, he brushed against my flat ass. Fuck. Call the cops. I don't know the cops, man. Why ain't they getting charges for this shit? False charge. Why ain't nobody pressing the issue on her calling the cops? Man, they got other shit to do. You calling this shit on some false shit.
Bullshit.
So you think she gonna get charged with any false what is that? False claims or some shit? What is that when they get us for filing false reports and shit?
Yeah,
what's the charge on that? A misdemeanor?
Man,
it can be a felony in a certain
whatever. Depends on what you're calling about, yeah.
Like if we just make up some shit and some motherfuckers was shot at us and there ain't nobody shoot at us. What type of charge is that? You know what I'm saying? Or somebody broke in your house and nobody. That's like filing fake insurance claims.
Yeah, they
gonna
do shit to her, man.
What's gonna be done to her for calling the cops saying this boy touched my ass, and then they roll back the video at the store, which I wish I would have brought that video, man. And he ain't touched shit. He just walking with his book bag, and she, you know how your mom just tagging you along. Come on, he walking behind the mama. The book bag probably brushed up against her or something. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't purpose. First of all, there ain't no ass there.
He like, what's going on, man? He don't know what's going on, man. Probably terrified the little boy to death.
And what's so disturbing, man? You got the kids crying and shit, man.
Yeah, probably terrified
his sister
boy,
crying like they gonna take my brother to jail.
Right.
And so you wondering why the kids is being fucked up.
What kind of psychological effect
with the cops right now today,
man?
You know, we got the lines open, man. Y'all want to touch on it, man? We got a few minutes left, man. Y'all want to touch on some of this shit, y'all?
Yep, the lines is open, y'all.
So you know what I'm saying? When you got his sister crying, the mama said, fuck this shit. Let's just go. Don't ever people be out there pleading with people. That shit makes you look like.
You know you ain't right. You know you ain't did. Just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of there. What is you? You ain't leaving a scene in a crime. What you sitting there pleading with this lady for?
She chase you down. Now it's a different story. You got to defend yourself. But
black
just
people
leave.
Don't never plead with nobody. You got the kids crying and shit. Just walk over.
Right.
Get the fuck on.
Just get up out of there. You know.
Say a couple spit words, motherfucker, and get the fuck on.
Right now she harassing you.
Yeah, she harassing you. Was she gonna follow you back to the car?
Just get up out of there.
You pleading with this woman. Oh no, please don't call the cops. Oh no, man, fuck that shit.
I'm out.
Yeah,
let's go. We getting the fuck out of here.
I took this lady crazy. You break out your phones to take this bitch.
Son, you touch her ass? Oh, hell no, nigga. I know you ain't did nothing to her.
Yeah, you sitting there pleading, man, like a slap. Oh, no, please. Man, fuck this. People learn, man. Get the fuck. If you ain't do shit wrong and you got the ladies up there or the people calling the cops, get the fuck on. Don't let these motherfuckers sitting there.
Don't waste your time.
Zone you and throw you out the zone, man, and got you pleading with them like, you know what I'm saying, the old slave day. Oh,
Truth
don't
talk.
Call the boys.
Truth talk. Don't even waste your time, you know. You got better things to do. Don't even waste your time.
Better shit to do, man. And sitting there pleading with some motherfuckers, man. But you know, it is what it is, yo. So you know what I'm saying, we getting to the end of this of the segs, man, of this episode, yo. So
yeah, it was a shame. We touched on a lot of things, man. You know.
It's the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the truth, man. We just like to put the truth out there to these people, yo. and let them see, man. A lot of people don't know these stories, what goes on in the mitten or what goes on some of this national level, man. They don't really look at these. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen no shit like that on Channel 7 when they talking about this lady making false reports and shit. They don't put shit like that on the news.
Right. A lot of shit you don't know about, man. So, like I said, we're just trying to enlighten the
The
people.
11 Babies made it global, though. That was some global shit. Because everybody looking like, what the fuck? 11 Babies. Detroit.
What the fuck going on in Detroit?
Detroit is hell. I know when I go back down to Ohio, this because they go ask me.
You find you got parents putting their kids in the freezer.
Yeah, I remember the
funeral homes, hiding babies in the ceiling.
Shit, what the fuck going on? They spraying in the air. Why everybody motherfucker want to put their babies in some places? Man, what's going on? Damn, what's going on in the mitten? Niggas storing shit.
You finding body limbs here.
They storing body parts in the mitten, man. What the fuck going on in the water? It remind me of that one episode in Batman. Niggas was eating each other. They was drinking
body
water.
Parts scattered in abandoned houses. A head over here, the arm over there.
Shit, the fingers on the freeway. I done heard all kind of shit in a bag.
Yeah, what the fuck? What's going on, man?
You know what I'm saying? They never did find Hoffa.
Hey, bodies all over the dude.
God damn, man. You can't, all this new buildings, man. Shit gonna be, they're gonna be liable to find a whole goddamn storage facility in this shit. When we tore down these old buildings, it was 100 bodies in this bitch.
We've been looking for these motherfuckers.
Yeah, how much shit they gonna find in the Packard plant when that shit?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, how much they gonna find? Because you know you had a whole serial killer living up in that motherfucker.
Come on,
man. Packard plant? Oh yeah.
And that bitch killing people playing orchestra at night.
They probably finding shit in there and they ain't even putting it out. Like they just.
Yeah, we need to clean out some of these old buildings, man. They gonna find more bodies, motherfucker. Cause shit, you got so much shit to do, man. You know what I'm saying? In the D, you got so many spots, man, that's just vacated. All these old schools and shit with the old boiler rooms, some Freddy Krueger shit. Yeah, we got to start investigating these buildings, man.
Look into that shit, man, because there's a lot of bodies unaccounted for, man.
There's a lot of bodies unaccounted for. Like they said, there's 140 in Michigan alone that's missing. And that's
1,400.
I mean, 140. God damn it!
Add another zero, bro.
1,400. I mean, god damn it! Shit, that's like I said. Well, I'm at $140. Oh, my bad. I had 1,400. I meant that's a lot of shit, man. 1,400. Listen at that. 1,400.
Majority of them are in Wayne County.
I'm trying to figure out, was that just this year? Is that total this year? 1,400.
That'd be terrible, man.
I guess currently right now there's 1,400 people missing. And the majority of them are from Wayne County as of right now.
In this year?
Yeah.
And so,
well,
shit, we ain't even.
I don't. When you say this year, when I say
that's why I want to know.
Now, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, within this year's time, you know, 2018.
That's still a lot, though.
As of right now, there's 1,400 people missing. You know, who knows when they first came up missing.
Right.
But 1,400 people missing in Wayne County.
Like you said, man, what's in the Packard
and
plant?
Bodies.
What's in Southwest Detroit, man?
Yeah.
What's in them
bodies
plants,
laying
man?
everywhere. 1,400.
And Delray. What's in Delray? Shit, you know what I'm saying? You got all these old corner stores.
Smell funny every time you ride through it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They might have 1,000 bodies over there. Shit, 1,000 bodies in Delray. Nobody goes over there, man. And people might say, well, this shit sounds weird. Y'all got a lot of shit.
Storage spots.
Storage spots in Detroit. What the fuck going on up in Detroit? I don't know, man. Some type of they debuted the devil in this bitch, and you know what I'm saying? Ever since, man, they've been finding some weird shit.
He said they debuted the devil.
Yeah, you remember that shit down there? The statue, and that motherfucker, they did a big bronze, and they had to give out a secret location and shit for this shit. Because motherfuckers wanted to destroy that shit. Like, man, they got the devil in Detroit. We're going to debut. They wanted to debut at the one black spot in Eastern Market, Burt's.
Right.
And he got too much flack. I don't know why he even wanted to accept that shit down at Burt's. So they must have offering him a hefty amount of cash to debut the devil at your spot.
Right.
I'd have been like, hell no, man. Hell no, you ain't debuting that shit at my spot. We got you 20,000, Judah. Man, fuck that.
Hell no.
I don't want no parts of that, man. That's devil money. I don't want no parts of that. He was gonna to the people who got on his ass like, bro, you gonna debut the devil at your shit?
Should have never been signed.
I'm canceling it, man. The churches is out here. My pastor getting on me.
Should have never been.
So they had to get a motherfucking secret location for this shit. So when they debuted the devil, they always call Detroit Gotham. You know what I'm saying? They filmed the Transformer movies here with the old train station was like a gothic type. It's been in a few movies and shit. I done seen
a couple movies
on some killing and some old. You know what I'm saying? They show the building that just look dark and shit. You know what I'm saying? So what is about that in Detroit, man? What's going on in Detroit?
Man. Shit haunted, man.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
It's deep, man. You know, it's been like that for, like you say, a while, man.
So I'd like to say peace too, man. We got to check out Farrakhan. We got Farrakhan, man, downtown, man, in Shane Park. What is the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater now?
I just seen niggas who went live from down there. I just got a notification, so I don't know if Farrakhan is actually speaking. I don't want to click it and then, you know, disrupt the broadcast, but I'm gonna check that out and see what's going on down there.
Oh yeah, big ups to Farrakhan.
Yeah,
man.
we got, you know what I'm saying, we got Derek Grace here, we got Blue Pill, we got
Blue Pill.
You know what I'm saying? We got Ben X, we got a lot of the shifters here, man. So I'd like to say peace up to them, man. Welcome to the D, man. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all coming with all these bodies coming out. I'm like, God damn, we need to come out here more often and speak. Some niggas here is
show that love to the D, y'all. You know we need it, y'all.
Yeah, we need it, man. You know what I'm saying? Pray for the D, too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is another episode of Truth Talk Nation.
You got it.
We'd like to, you know what I'm saying, thank everybody that's, you know what I'm saying, continue to watch the show, man.
Yeah,
show the
appreciate
support.
Y'all, yep, you know.
You know what I'm saying? And what's up to everybody that tuned in today. So, you know. So
Another
we got that
one.
masquerade coming up, too. So,
This
you know,
Saturday, y'all.
This Saturday, man. So,
October the 20th, y'all.
October
the party, y'all. It's going down,
It's
y'all.
going down.
It's
man.
finally
So
here, man. Yeah, it's finally here, y'all.
We're gonna have some clips from that, so you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be live, man.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Well, Mark, man, it's another one, man. I like to say this is JUDAHAWOKEACE.
T Mizzle the Great.
Mark from 7 Mile. Peace.
Holla.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.